Alright guys, so I've obviously gotten a lot faster since last track season. I went from a 10:26 2 mile to a 15:56 cross country 5K. But today we are finally going to see what kind of times this new fitness is going to translate to on the track. Indoor track season is finally here, and I'm running 3 events here in Louisville this weekend. And tonight I'm running the 2 mile, so we'll see exactly how much time I can take off of my middle school PR of 10:26. Now let's get rolling. Reed's about to lap someone in an 800. Come on, Reed! Let's go, Reed! Let's go, Keegan! Let's go, he's on you! Alright y'all, this is my first event of the weekend. This is the full 2 mile. On Sunday, I'm running the mile, and I'm also running the 800 split for my team's DMR. So yeah, here we are lining up. My legs felt pretty good coming into this, and I knew it was going to be pretty fast with all that new fitness I've gained over these past couple, 6 months or so. And yeah, right off the bat, I get out blazing fast. Last year I used to run my 2 miles so conservative, but this year the strat is to get out fast and just hang on for as long as you can, secure that spot up front. Yeah, get up there with those faster guys. That's my new plan for this season. It seemed to work well during cross country, so yeah. My middle school PR put me as like the 19th seed, and that put me in the second waterfall, and I was kind of happy about that, so that way I didn't have as much traffic. And I get up there to the front really well. I tuck in behind my teammate Cade as we come through in 35 through the first 200. That's pretty quick, but that's as to be expected, when the race starts and everyone's trying to secure their spots. I'd rather be up there with some guys who are a lot faster than me, and I'll probably get passed by later on in the race rather than having to work around a bunch of people and use a bunch of extra energy. So yeah, right now I'm just trying to tuck behind my teammate Cade, who's a sophomore with a 5K PR of 15:40. He's also looking to PR by a lot today because he's gained lots of fitness since the last track season as well. And we come through that first 400 and 110, so we're maintaining that 35 pace, which is maybe a little bit too fast for me. That's, what is that, like 440 pace? And then our first 800 was a 222, so that's 444 pace. Just casually 2 seconds slower than my mile PR. But it really didn't feel that bad, if I'm being honest. But later on, I did get detached from those guys in the front, and that's as to be expected. I mean, obviously I'm not in the shape to run a 920 season opener. That'd be insane, I wish, but nope, we're not there yet. And then we came through that mile in 4:51, which is still a very quick pace. That's 9:40. We're still moving, slowed down a bit the second 800, but we're still moving. Right now I'm just running with this other freshman that I met there. His name is Colson. Shout out to him. He is a very solid runner as well, coming in with a PR of 10:08 coming into this race, I think. And then 117 through that last 400. So yeah, we're slowing down a bit, but I mean, it's alright. The question is though, how much will I slow down by, and what kind of time will I be able to hold on for? But yeah, 4:51 for that first mile, and that is actually insane, y'all, because if you look back at my outdoor season opener for last year, you'd see my first mile that I ran that season was a 4:50. So I'm just 1 second off of that in my first mile of a 2 mile. That's actually crazy, and I'm so blessed to have come so far since that season. Not exactly sure what the split was, but as you can see, I'm kind of pulling away from some people. And what was crazy though is that I'm actually running slower. I'm just running not as slower as everyone else is. Because yeah, if you look at my splits, it goes like 115, 116, 117. The second to last 400 was a 116. So I didn't really start picking it up at 800. I kind of just waited till 400 to go. I think I for sure could have been a bit tougher during my second mile. I kind of fell asleep a little bit, but I didn't fall off the pace too much. This lap right here though is where I really start to wind it up. As you can see, I'm opening my stride a little bit, starting to catch up to some people. I'm not going all out just yet. I wish I would have started my kick a bit sooner though. The 200 meter track really trips me up because with a lap to go in a race, usually I'm thinking it's 400, but no, the finish line is actually a lot sooner than I think. Last lap was a 37, so I've picked it up a little bit compared to the other laps. And now this is where I really start cranking it right here. This last 200 ends up being really fast because like I said, I think I saved a bit too much. But yeah, here I am opening up that stride really long. Just grinded it out. All out sprint, here we go. Let's see what my time will be. And you know, just a casual 34-second PR, nothing crazy. And then my boy Cade got a 15-second PR running 9:43. Solid first day. Alright y'all, this is a day after that 2 mile. Now we got the mile, and right off the bat I get out blazing fast once again. I go straight to the front, and that was my plan coming into it actually. And then this kid overtakes me right here. But yeah, that was my plan going into this, just to go straight to the front, because most of the guys in my heat were seated at around mid 440s, and I knew I was in a lot better shape than that, and I knew I was probably going to run a lot faster. But I ended up getting surprised by this guy in blue right here. He ends up running a lot faster than a 440, so yeah. 32 through that first 200, probably a little too fast, but at least I have a good spot up there. But yeah, that first 200 felt pretty uncomfortable, so I'm just trying to tuck behind this guy, definitely not trying to go for a pass or anything. And then coming through the second lap, we split a time of 34, and then that's a 66 first 400. So yeah, not that much slower than that first 200, and that guy just continues to maintain that 34 to 33 pace. And I'm obviously not in the shape to run like a high 420 right now, so I start to get gapped a little bit. So we'll see how that affects my race now that I'm kind of by myself as this guy starts to pull away. My first 800 was pretty decent. I came through in 217 to 218, so that's like mid 430 pace. And coming into this, that's what I predicted that I'd be around, is around that 436 to 437 range. Right here though is where things start to get rough. I'm by myself and my legs are still feeling it a bit from that 2 mile yesterday. You know, I start splitting 37s, 36s, you know, not all that great splits. And kind of like in that last half of that 2 mile, I just start to fall asleep a bit. 114 for that third 400, yikes. But yeah, I just gotta focus on staying alert and staying present in the race and not just saving so much for that last 200 or so. Definitely still maturing in my racing strategy. I've got a lot to work on. And then this guy in third starts to creep up on me, and he actually goes for the pass right here. And I finally have an opportunity to latch on to someone right here, but for some reason I don't take it. I guess I was just really dead at this point in the race for some reason. But yeah, another 37. This is a lap to go. Oh, I think the main reason I didn't go with him is because I was probably just telling myself just start kicking at a lap to go, and I gotta stop doing that. I should definitely be kicking sooner. But yeah, here I am winding it up. I catch back up to him, and I try to go for the pass, but I don't go for the pass. Oh my goodness, I should have just passed him. What am I doing? Oh man, I hate watching myself race. Anyways, last 50, here we go. Let's see what my time will be. 4:41, 33 for the last 200. Definitely feel like that should have been faster, but hey, it's still like a 3-second converted PR, so I'll take it. So that's 2 out of 3 PRs complete. Now it's on to the DMR, the distance medley relay. If y'all aren't familiar with this, it's a 1200, then a 400, then an 800, then a mile. Reed's kicking off with the 1200. He ends up running a really well split. I think he finishes in like 320, which is around 425 or 26 pace. And then he hands it off to our sprinter Chandler for the 400. He had already run like 5 events today, so his legs are cooked like all of ours. But he still ends up running a 51, I think. So yeah, a very solid split. Hands it off to me. I'm running the 800. My current PR in the 800 is a 212, and I wasn't too sure if I'd be able to break that coming into this because my legs were so cooked after that mile. I was honestly scared. I was thinking I'd run like a 220 or something, but I got out there. I ended up feeling not that bad. I ended up getting out in 64, which is very solid for the condition I was in. And then I just tried my best to push through the pain and maintain that the best I can, and I definitely think I did a lot better job at pushing through the second half of the race for this one. And then coming down the home stretch, I ended up splitting a time of 2:11. That's right, 1 second PR, just barely got that third PR for the day. Handed it off to Cade for the mile, and we ended up running 11:09. Not what we were looking for, but we were all just so tired from our other events and we were ready to go home.